to the second session on quarterfinals day here in Changzhou at the Victor China Open. My goodness me, what a thrilling men's singles we've just witnessed. Next up though, we have men's doubles, and it's the reigning world champions Kang and So Seung-jae of Korea up against the former All-England champions Fikri and Maulana of Indonesia. Well, as far as the men's doubles draw is concerned, by quarter-final stage we were down to 6 seeds. In fact, we were down to 6 seeds by the second round. 6 different nationalities, 2 pairs from China, 2 from Malaysia. But the interesting thing about the men's doubles at quarter-final stage, 7 of the 8 pairs in the quarter-final have a World Championship medal, including 7 players who had won a gold medal. Well, as you can see, the other semi-final places have all been decided. The 2 lots of former world champions, Hoki and Kobayashi, they won the world title in 2021, and then Aran Chia and So Yi won the world title in 2022, last year. So will we have 3 pairs in the semi-finals who've all won World Championship gold? That would be quite remarkable, wouldn't it? That would be wonderful. But of course, Fikri and Maulana, they won the All-England title last year, so they are a very good pair indeed. I'm very much looking forward to this men's doubles. Incidentally, in the men's doubles, we lost the number 1 and 2 seeds in the very first round of the tournaments, and the last time that happened in a Super 1000 event in the men's doubles discipline, losing the top 2 seeds, was the All-England Championships of 2019, when the number 1 seeds Gideon and Sukamolio lost to Liu Cheng and Zhang Nan, and the number 2 seeds Li Junhui and Liu Yuchen lost to He Jiting and Tang Qiang. So it's all been happening in the men's doubles. It's all been happening all the way through the tournament. It really has been a wonderful event, and we've witnessed some wonderful badminton. So I'm delighted to say, as we wait for the players to be introduced to the crowd, I have sitting alongside me Adam Hall, who is a European Championship silver medalist, a European Games bronze medalist. It's a fairly tough old men's doubles, isn't it, when you look at that quarter-final lineup?
Yeah, I mean, men's doubles at the moment is just so difficult. Like, we used to say you had like 1 or 2 easy first rounds in the draw back in the day. You're looking at the draw now, you don't get any easy games. It is tough from round 1, so it's no surprise the top 2 seeds went out in the first round this week. Yeah.
And it does mean that the men's doubles is a wide open discipline now. I mean, you just don't know who's going to win from one week to the next.
Yeah.
And that's great for the sport.
Oh, 100%. I mean, anyone in the draw, maybe in the top 20 pairs, can win any tournament any week. Just depends who gets to go in at whatever tournament, whatever hall it is. It's just so good for the sport.
Yeah. Well, this will be the first meeting between these 2 pairs, as you can see.
It is red. This side, okay, server receive.
So the world champions have chosen ends and wish to start near side of the court. So the players will need to change ends before the start of the warm-up period. What a World Championship So Seung-jae had. 2 gold medals, the first male player to win the doubles double in 24 years since Kim Dong-moon in 1999, also in Copenhagen. Fairly ironic, isn't it? Well, he's backed up his World Championship gold medal in the mixed doubles earlier today, when he beat the defending champions Chen Shiwei and Wang Yaxiong in his mixed doubles quarter-final. But this is the younger of the 2 Koreans. Kang is 24 from Suwon, and he's a tall athlete, that's 6 foot tall, and they're enjoying their 2nd consecutive week at their career high of 4. Went up to 4 immediately after winning the World Championship gold. So Seung-jae is 26. He turned 26 4 days ago on Monday. So he's having a good birthday week. But it's their first appearance here in Changzhou as a combination. And they've had a tough old draw. As Adam was saying, there are no easy draws. In the very first round, they beat the beaten finalists from the last edition. Now, I don't think that is correct. That is the tournament results of Fikri and Maulana, not the Korean pair. Let me tell you about the Korean pair. They beat Asan and Setiawan, three-time former world champions, in the first round, and then in the second round, they beat the Olympic champions, saving 3 match points in the deciding game before they won that. So to Mohammed Sohibul Fikri, who is 23 years of age, from Bandung in West Java. That equates to 5'9½", and they're a couple of places down from their career high as a pair. Bagus Maulana from Cilacap in Central Java, and they've been in a couple of finals this year, but looking for their first title of 2023. Now, they are the ones that beat Ranki Reddy and Shetty, the number 2 seeds, in the first round. There we go. In 3 games, and then beat Kusuma Wadana and Arambetan, their teammates, in yesterday's second round. Incidentally, that second game, they were 14-12 up and won 7 straight points to close it out, 21-12. Court officials for this one: Kevin Ban from America and Shan Chi Hui of China, the service judge. So the Koreans going the full distance in both of their previous matches. The Indonesian coach, Ariona Miranat.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Kang Min-hook and So Sung-jae, Korea. And on my left, Mohammed Shoaibul Fikri and Bagus Maulana, Indonesia. Kang Min-hook to serve, Mohammed Shoaibul Fikri, level, play.
So the world champions, Kang Min-hyuk and So Sung-jae, nearest to us, getting this quarterfinal underway against Fikri and Maulana. Adam, obviously the Korean pair had a wonderful World Championships, but just tell me your take on what makes them so special.
I think it's the way that they move around each other. Is just they seem like such a good pair. They seem like they're really well drilled. Whether it's defense, whether it's attack, they just seem to know where each other are at all times, because they're making making moves at such speed. They can always cover each other, and I think they never really look like they're out of position ever on the court. I think that really what sets them apart from the rest of the pairs just now.
I think that's a very good analysis, and also that implies that either player is equally comfortable whether they're playing at the back or the front of the court. There are some pairs, I mean Gideon and Sukamuljo, who dominated in men's doubles for so long. It was Sukamuljo who was always wanted to be the front court player, but now we've got world champions that can play in either position.
Yeah, exactly. I think they really showcased in that World Championship final how comfortable they both were in both areas of the court. You'd think with CEO being a mixed player, he would naturally go to the back, but he's also an incredible front court player, as we're just seeing right there.
Yeah.
3-1.
It was a heck of a second round match against the Olympic champions, Li Yang and Wang Jilin, for the Koreans, having to save 3 match points in that deciding game.
Honestly, don't know how CEO does it. He just never seems to be tired. Like, I played 2 events, not very successfully. He does it and gets to he wins both World Championships. He's in 2 quarterfinals here. He never looks tired.
Yeah. It's testament to
4,
great fitness.
1.
It's not even his physical fitness, just mentally being able to be that switched on every game. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah. Have you played against either of these pairs?
I played Fikri and Maulana 4 times. We played them quite a lot. Not recently. Last time we played them was World Championships in Japan last year. But I never played CEO and Kang. I played CEO many years ago with a different partner. But yeah, not had the chance to play the 2 yet.
Okay, so you can tell me the strengths and weaknesses
3,
then of Fikri and Maulana.
4.
Yes, I can. Well versed in these 2. Fikri in the net right now, he's a really good net player on his day. Like, when they won the All England last year, he was incredible the full tournament. His play round about the net, his speed round about the net, it's just, when he's feeling good, it's really good. And Maulana backs it up by being a really solid rear court player. They are much more of a front court, back court partnership. Fikri wants to make his way forward, and he'll be the one that kind of wants to take charge in the front of the court, and when they're doing that well, they're a really hard pair to beat.
Yeah. Is that an Indonesian thing? Because, of course, I've mentioned Gideon and Sukamuljo. They very much had a front court player. Asan and Setiawan. Setiawan was unbelievable at reading the game at the front of the court. Do you think it's something that the Indonesian coaches actually work towards, to having one front court player and a back court player?
Yeah, I definitely think that every country, especially in Asia, have their own kind of styles. You'll have a Korean style, you'll have an Indonesian style, you'll have a Chinese style. And I think the Indonesian style is, like you say, very much they have a front court player and they have a rear court player, and that's the formation that they want to get into.
Yeah.
So I'm sure when the coaches are looking at the team and who they think is going to work well together, they'll pair these people up for these exact purposes.
Interesting. Yeah, he's got to be careful. He's hitting with the drift.
5,
Kang.
6.
Both these pairs, incidentally, playing this event in their partnerships for the very first time. Because it is, of course, 4 years since we've had an event
Service over.
here in Changzhou.
7-5.
Am I right in saying this is the first World Tour tournament in China since the COVID restrictions been
Yes.
lifted? That is crazy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, he slipped. Yeah, that disturbed his concentration.
Service over.
That could have been nasty, you know.
7.
Yeah, I've seen a few people slip this week. I don't know if it's maybe just the material of the court, maybe the sweat on the court, and it's harder to get away with. I've seen quite a few people slip this week.
Yeah, now, you can tell me, because the players I've heard have said that it's very warm here down on court. Is that right?
Yes, very hot, very hot.
Yeah.
I think we had to get the court mopped just for the sweat drops at least four or five times in our game on Tuesday.
6.
Yeah.
Mainly for my partner, I want to add.
They just put enough pace on that
9,
Kang
6.
to make it awkward for Fikri. discrepancy on whether the shuttle should be changed or not. Umpires almost always side with the player or pair that's serving. Oh, that's well taken
11,
from Kang
6,
Hyuk.
interval.
And the Korean World Champions go to the mid-game interval with a 5-point advantage. Very good start by the World Champions.
그 코스에 맞게 내가 조금 더 시야를 더 넓게 잡은 상태에서 들어가야 돼. 가운데 갔다 그 동작 사이드를 밀려 맞으니까 그 동작이 안 먹힌단 말이야. 그리고 뒤에서 봐봐. 앞에서 네트 플레이 파트너가 해주고 있었을 때 중간에 빠졌을 때 얘네들이 그게 강하게 오지 꼴이 아니란 말이야. 그냥 툭툭툭 오다가 붙여주고 빼고 붙여주고 빼다가 그다음에 조금 더 타점이 하이 타점은 그다음에 직선으로 때리고 들어가다 대강 때리 그다음에 공격적인 플레이가 나와야 된단 말이야. 알겠지? 앞에서 조금만 더 지금보다 조금 더 급하게 하는 게 조금만 더 여유 있게 그 동작을 해줘야 돼.
Yeah, the Korean style of coaching very much the coach instructing the players. In Europe, we tend to have more of a conversation, don't we, with coaches, and it's more of a, you know, the coach asks the players, how are you feeling about that, or should we try this? It's more of a discussion,
11,
I
6.
think. But how can we possibly argue with the Korean coaches when they won for the first time ever 3 gold medals in one championship, one world championship?
No, they're clearly doing the right things right now, aren't
Absolutely.
they? Can you come to Scotland a little bit as well? Can you come to Scotland too? That's good.
That's very good.
It's one thing, the Indonesians normally are really strong in the flat game, but I would not be taking these Koreans on in the flat game.
So what would you be doing?
I don't see them attacking a lot. I think the Indonesians really need to try and focus on getting that net away. Because I think they play their best when Fikri's really being aggressive and taking the net and getting the lift for his partner. I'm just not seeing them attack that much. But when they do, they will get through.
Yep, like that.
So you normally have to smash 5, 6, 7 times to get through the Korean defence, but you will get through them if you just stay patient and stay like with the plan to go for it.
Yeah.
It's not easy. They make you work for it.
Oh my goodness, I was going to say good tumble serve, but look at the return from Sudirman Jae.
13,
That is
7.
just incredible.
Yeah, I think the Koreans are really dominating the first 4 right now. If you want to have any chance to beat them, you really need to try and take that away from them. Commentator's curse.
Over. 8, 13.
First service error of this men's doubles quarter-final. Now that's a clever smash from Maulana.
9.
That was sort of half pace, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it's definitely clever to keep mixing up the pace when you're smashing it. The Korean defence. It's not easy to time it in here. I said it to you before the tournament started, and I will stand by it after playing my game. It's not easy to time the defence or the attack.
I actually quoted you the other evening while I was commentating about that
10,
because we actually saw
13.
Kang Hyuk smash a fresh air smash.
That makes me feel a lot better. If a world champion's doing it, it means it's not too bad when I do it.
Yeah, it is difficult.
Go!
Yeah, it's a good
11,
serve.
13. Service over. 14, 11.
I think one of the other things I like with Sudirman Jae is that he mixes up the pace particularly well when he is at the back of the court. He doesn't go for full smashes, hardly ever. I mean, he waits for the right opportunity to go for the big smash.
Yeah, I think that definitely comes from playing mixed as well, because you can't just go all out attack all the time playing mixed doubles. You need to be patient. You need to make sure you're in the right position, because you've got more of the court to cover afterwards. So that really does help in the men's doubles when you're bringing that into, because sometimes people aren't used to playing people that mix up.
You can't get in your rhythm anyway on defensive if somebody's mixing up the angles, mixing up the pace. If everything's coming at the same pace and you know, you get into your defensive rhythm, don't you?
Yeah, especially when everyone defends so well nowadays as well. You can't just get through with firepower alone.
Well, I was about to say, there's me saying he mixes up the pace. He hit two big smashes, but he did then go for the angled shot, So Seung-jae. His final shot, different angle.
Drew the winner.
And forced the error, yeah. Well saved. They did awfully well to get out of trouble there, the world champions.
12.
It's a really good defensive shot there. They opened up the court, got the short lift, and when you're hitting with that wind, you got a lot of power behind that. It just seems when they get the net player involved, you can't get away from them.
No, but it's interesting. I mean, one's gone down his forehand side, then at hip height, then it's going to shoulder height, then it's slightly across the body. But they've targeted one player, and they keep going at that player until they've won the point. Oh, that's good.
19.
Lovely touch.
12.
This is 6 straight points.
Service over. 13-19.
They're good at the Indonesians to mix it up a little bit there. They've had 3 straight dead net shot returns, and I think CO was getting on top of that, so it was good to just put a little bit of something different in and make him think of something different.
Yeah, well worked.
14-19.
Brilliant. What a super shot from Fikri.
15-19.
They really draw you into playing these little shots, but they're so good at getting the rackets up and changing the angle on, and they want you to play it, and it's so hard to not do it because you think you're in a good position, but they turn it into a winner most times.
Service over.
So, next game point opportunities
15.
for the reigning world champions, Kang and So Seung-jae. Brilliant.
Game.
Utterly brilliant. How quick was Kang Min-hyuk
First game won by Kang
at the net
Min-hyuk,
there?
So Seung-jae, 21-15.
21-15 confirms the umpire. In all honesty, I think they took control from the start of that opening game.
Kalau lu terima satu netting, yang itu netting aja udah netting. Netting sama-sama agak banget kenceng dia pasti taruh lagi. Ya, kalau lagi enaknya kencengin, kalau enak lu main-mainin lagi. Ya, tapi kalau lewat ya belakang ambil. Ya, jangan kasih taruh bibinya nih, jangan kasih taruh bibinya. Dia pasti kalau gitu lewatin dikit. Kalau mau kasih body sini ya, body tiap lagi. Ya, dia pasti bersihin lagi. Ya, satu. Kedua, kalau bola udah panjang gitu sih, bola udah panjang gitu, ya kan? Drive gitu, pasti dia drive ya, jarak pressing, panjangin lagi aja, nggak perlu kecil-kecil, panjangin lagi gitu ya, panjangin lagi, nggak perlu kecil-kecil ya, tapi kalau kecuali kalau tadi enak boleh dihilangin, ya, sekarang tinggal defense-nya aja, defense-nya kalau misalnya enak, lewatin aja, kalau misalnya kayak lewat kecilin, ke tengah nggak apa-apa, ya, lebih awal aja kayak tadi yang latihan tadi, silang itu, ya.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. Second game, level, play.
So the world champions Kang Min-hyuk and So Seung-jae, absolutely outstanding in that opening game. Oh, goodness me, they've started the second as they left off the first. With Kang dominating the front of the court.
I think the Indonesians need to find a way to get past the front player on the return of serve. I think they're getting absolutely annihilated playing through the front person just now. Yeah,
I agree. I can't even remember them pushing one deep in court. Everything has basically been either back to the net or maybe towards the tram lines, but basically everything's been back to the net.
Yeah, I think that is their style. That when I've played them, that is the majority of their returns are around about the net player, but I think they need to try something different here.
Yeah, it's a good serve, but you've got to make your opponent play. You can't afford service return errors like that. Oh, clever. Yeah, well taken.
Service over. 1.
Well, it really was sensational when they won the All England last year, Fikri and Maulana, because they were ranked 28 in the world when they won.
Gives me hope.
And they won before they'd ever reached a previous even semi-final of a World Tour event.
Yeah.
And they're in the All England, a Super 1000 event.
What a one to win, and you're only your first one.
But it's, to me, it's maybe a little bit concerning that they haven't backed that up. Of course, I was saying that they've been in 2 finals this year, the Orleans Masters, that's a 300 event, the Thailand Open, that's a 500 event. But I was sort of hoping that they were going to progress and become real, you know, semi-final day regulars and perhaps winning more tournaments. They haven't really used that as a springboard as I had hoped that maybe they would.
Yeah, I think that's a kind of common theme where quite a lot of that generation of Indonesian men's doubles, they get 1 or 2 really good results and then they just lose a bit of consistency for the rest of the year. I think they're just not quite getting that run of tournaments where they're consistently making semi-finals, finals of the World Tour tournaments.
Yeah.
We're just so used to having the Kevin and Marcus when they were dominating for those couple of years. You just always expect to see Indonesians in the latter half of the tournaments, but it's not been that common recently. It's good.
Yeah, very good.
4 all.
That's a super serve. Tumble serve.
5-4. Service over. 5-all.
It's interesting, Adam. You know, this venue here in Changzhou, 3 Korean men's doubles pairs have won a title at a tournament here. Now, it hasn't always been the China Open. We had the China Masters Super Series at this venue. Then we had the China Masters Grand Prix Gold in this venue. But the 3 men's doubles pairs from Korea who've won have all involved one player, Lee Yong-dae.
That was giving my guess.
Yeah. First of all, with Jung Jae-sung, the late Jung Jae-sung, then with Go Sung-hyun, and then with Yu Yong-sung. I mean, that's incredible, isn't it? He was a wonderful player.
He was an incredible player.
Yeah. But I tell you what I like about this Korean pair, because I always felt that Jung Jae-sung and Lee Yong-dae, and when he played with Yu Yong-sung, had brilliant defences, but they relied on their defence so much. I see this Korean pair as being far more exciting because they're wanting to attack the whole time. Is that a fair comment?
Oh no, 100%. I think Lee Yong-dae was known for his defence with both partnerships, but you can't always win games with defence. I mean, he did a very good job at winning games with defence, but when you see this pair who can defend, they can attack, they can serve well, they can play the flat game well. They really are a complete package pair.
Yeah.
7-all.
Oh, yes.
Service over.
He's getting more belief or more confidence at the front of the court, Fikri.
Yeah, I mean, they're still going for it, so they're not looking like they're changing their tactics. I think they're just going to keep trying to do it better, and they seem to be doing it better, so fair play to them.
Well, with hindsight, it probably would have been better to let that go through to his partner, So Seung-jae.
I think the Indonesians are doing a little bit better at managing to get away from that front court player in this kind of flat defence exchanges. They're just managing to get that front court player a little bit more out of balance.
Oh my goodness, take that. How sharp was that? And he played that final shot with a broken string.
7.
So he hit it hard as well. He was going through that floor.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So
Service over. 8-10.
How much do you think about the placement? Because here, to me, it's wonderful awareness. Now, as a men's doubles elite player, is that instinctive when you play something like that, or is that, do you have literally time to think, there's the gap, I'll play it there?
I don't think there's any time to think in men's doubles these days. Like,
No.
I think you either have a good reading of the game and you know what to play at what time, or you don't really have it. And it's not something you can teach. That is something that just comes with experience or just comes naturally.
Yeah.
Not every player can do that. It's really rare to be so good at just knowing where to hit the shuttle every time.
Yeah.
To say you don't have time to think about it. The shuttle's travelling so fast.
Yeah. Yeah. More good thought process or instinctive play
9,
this time from
10.
Kang.
Just got the speed of his fourth shot there just really nicely. Just past that front player, but still keeping it flat, going below tape, really putting pressure on the Indonesians because they don't want to lift this side. It's so hard to get it in the back of the court.
Service over.
It was a good serve
11,
and an even
9,
better return.
interval.
So it is the Indonesians who have the advantage at the mid-game interval here in the second game. Fikri and Maulana. 2-point advantage.
Dia lagi di mana caranya? Kalau panjangin datar nggak apa-apa. Ya kayak tadi lu kata wasit dulu aja. Ya jangan langsung defleksi, dia nggak situ tuh bisa digambar kan. Ya satu kedua kalau dia lagi kodok kita tahu belokin. Lihat posisinya di mana dia, kapan panjang, kapan defleksi hilangnya. Ya kayak tadi benar. Nah kalau bola separuh itu kan, kalau kagok nih, nggak usah kenceng, asal kayak kenceng pelatin gitu. Atau kalau nggak panjangin, yang depan jaga silangnya pada kenceng. Ya, kalau lo bisa ke depan dulu, gue yang ke depan, paling silang dulu. Kalau pas saya depan, kita dulu aja, ya.
Play.
So 11-9 the advantage here in the second game to Fikri and Maulana. Williams having won the first. Now there's that instinctively knowing where the gap is. Because that's not easy for the left-hander to play in that direction. That was not the natural shot.
No, he switched the play really well there. It's a massive gap in that side of the court and he exploited that.
Well left. Challenge here.
Maulana challenges called out.
I think that's the first return that's went past the front person though, so maybe they are thinking about changing a little bit.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea, I have to say. Yeah, good call, line judge.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. 11 all. Play.
Good rally.
Really rally.
Service over. 12.
Greens were unlucky to win that
11.
one. I really liked in the defence how they were always making Maulana just be slightly out of balance. They never gave him an easy lift. It was always just slightly out of his reach. He was never fully comfortable playing any of those smashes.
Longest rally so far. Yeah, it's way longer than that line. What do you think about
Service
that?
over. 12 all. Service over. 13-12.
자, 급하게 하지 말고 괜찮아. 자, 하나씩 다시 만들면 돼.
over.
And men's doubles, so
13,
much
14.
revolves around the service situation, doesn't it? And the first 4 shots of the rally, if indeed you get to the 4 shots of the rally. Last couple of rallies, we haven't.
Yeah, you'll find that happens quite a lot in men's doubles, that it becomes a bit more of a bittier match. No one really gets a rhythm. It's a lot of short rallies, but it just shows you how much you need to practice that area of the game.
Yeah.
14 all.
I don't feel like either pair has really got a firm handle on this set yet. It's been very up and down. One person gets 2 points lead, the next person claws it back, they get a lead. It's not really been one pair dominating this game.
No, I agree. Both other courts have finished play for the day, so everybody's attention on court number 1. And that's nice for the players, though, isn't it? Because sometimes you hear noise and cheering from adjoining court, and it must be distracting for you.
Oh yeah, especially in here if you've got a Chinese player playing in the court next to you. They are loud in here.
Yeah.
Not quite to the level of the Indonesian fans in Astora, but it gets loud in here.
Yeah, gets close. Oh, my goodness gracious, what on earth happened there? What was he thinking?
I can see what he was trying to do. It was just poor execution, really. He's trying to get away from CO, but yeah. I think he knows it himself. You can see that little smile at the camera there.
Yeah, that's lovely play from Kang. Yeah, just downward little clip.
14.
Yeah, because it's hard to control the left on that side. It's really easy to hit at the back of the court. Really good call from CO as well, telling him it was out. It's good partnership there.
Yeah, good communication. 4 straight points.
Service over.
Important point,
15,
Matt. I think in the first set, you have the notes, not me, but I think it was quite close, and the Koreans got a run of 6-7 points, was it? I believe. And yeah, so it's important to stop that little run there of 4, so they don't get too far away.
Yeah, 6 straight points from 13-12 to 19-12. Yeah.
Service over.
Love it, staff in that defence there, Fikri.
17,
Moving his
15.
feet, trying to find the gaps in the net rather than just using power and staying static.
That's a good return. Wow.
Service over. 16, 17.
Who was I saying was the backcourt player again? That's a great shot.
Yeah. And no pair in any of the doubles disciplines can really, you know, stay at the back or just stay at the front. I mean, of course, all players can play in both departments, but they're very much more effective, I think, with Fikri at the front of the court in general terms.
Twice, 2 rallies.
Yeah.
That was a lovely third shot from Maulana. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Hold and just turn into CO's backhand. Lovely shot.
Yeah, that got him in the chest. 17 all. There's the change of pace from the back of the court from So-Seung Jae, and it's wonderful. He does it time and time again.
18,
just change up that speed. I think Fikri's a little bit static in his defence, and it's just getting exposed a little bit with these different shots coming at him. Also really like CO's block to set up that lift as well. Like he just sees the gap so well.
like the movement of the shuttle from the Koreans there, once they're lifted.
19-17.
They're just so quick around the court, it doesn't matter what area. Like, they're always moving, always filling spaces. They just seem to put so much pressure on you just by moving and making that. You think that space is smaller than it is, and it makes you draw the error when it comes to that net shot.
2-point advantage and 2 points away from a place in the semi-final. It's gone long of the back line, and it's match point opportunities for the newly crowned world champions, Kang and So Seung-jae. Position. And they convert on their first opportunity. 9 of the last 12 points to take the match from 12-14 down to 21-17. Well, Adam, you talked about that run of points in the opening game, and there was a similar run of points to close out the second. That's impressive. Only 39 minutes for their victory. Well, we knew they were in form.
Won by Kang,
they won their last 2 tournaments.
21-15,
the world title,
21-17.
but also the Australian Open just prior to the World Championships. Yeah, bitter disappointment for Fikri and Maulana. Their first match that they've won in 2 straight games here in Changzhou. So confirmation of their score, 21-15, 21-17 in just under 40 minutes of play. So welcome back to Changzhou and quarterfinals day here at the Victor China Open. Just one more quarterfinal to come, and it is